In this tutorial, we are going to make a very beautiful wire ring with this sunburst wire weaving pattern. For the wire, I'm using 20 gauge, but you could use 18 gauge too if you're not comfortable with using delicate wire jewelries. Also, 24 or 28 gauge wire for the weaving pattern, flush cutter or wire cutter, chain nose pliers, and round nose pliers. If you like the hammered effect, we need the hard hammer and its hard surface, and it's of course a kitchen tool that is kind of a grinder for spices and walnuts, and it's the mortar, and of course the other piece is a pounder. But I'm using the flat surface to hammer. I'm going to say that it's possible to use everything all around you and not necessarily expensive. Pick up the wire first, 18 or 20 gauge, of course, as you desire, and a piece of paper tape that is the size of your ring size. Spread it out and mark about 3.5 times on the wire, and then cut it out with flush cutter or wire cutter. This is the length we need to work with, and of course, before doing anything, we need to make it straight, and I'm doing that using chain nose pliers. Then I bend it by making start and ending point close and determine the midpoint of this length, and again make it all straight, or simply you could use a ruler to divide the whole length into two. We need about 1 centimeters at the middle to make the weaving pattern. To do that, again, I'm going to cut about 4 or 5 centimeters on that 20 gauge wire, and I'm doing that twice. I already made this pattern with 2 rows of wire, and here we are going to make that with 3 rows of wire. I'm using 28 gauge wire for the weaving part. I put it somewhere about half of a centimeters before the place I marked as the central part of the wire, and make a wrapping part, and then put one of those pieces that I cut it out on the wire, and I weave this time both of these strands together. I do that twice. Weave these double strands 2 times, and then I put the other strand above, and this time I wrap these 3 strands together, and I do that twice. Till now, we have half of a complete pattern wire weaving, and I'm going to do that vice versa. I insert the wire into these 3 strands and weave both of them together, and then the first one, and I wrap the wire 2 times on each. This is the first pattern, and I'm going to repeat it 3 times on the area of about 1 centimeters at the middle of the whole length. This is done, and I have made 3 of these wire weaving patterns, and here I'm going to extract those 2 extra rows. We have something like this, and I'm going to squeeze these wire weaving patterns with chain nose pliers, and I do that gently. At the end, I wrap the wire for about 2 or 3 times at each side and then cut the wire out on both sides with flush cutter or wire cutter. And don't forget to squeeze the ends so that there wouldn't be any sharp edges left. I put my finger at the center of this wire weaving pattern and make a curve just like this, and then wrap the 20 gauge wire just like a tie and squeeze it little by little to have a shape like a teardrop or a circle as you desire. And then make a twisted part just like this. Then to make these two strands a little straight, I'm going to hammer these two parts with the brass hammer I had talked about earlier. So let's get started. You could see the differences between the two parts, the flat and rounded one. And I had flattened both sides and then wrap it all around the place I had marked as my ring size and wrap it all around for both tails. After wrapping it all around the ring mandrel, let's test it out. And if the size is a little bigger, don't worry about that. You could again put it onto the ring mandrel and squeeze it on a place where is smaller than your ring size and squeeze it little by little, very gently. Again, put it on and check it out. It's almost good. But what we are going to do with the end points, first of all, make them even if needed, cut it out, and for the sharp edges, it's recommended to use jewelry files or to make them rounded with round nose pliers just like this, and then squeeze them tight with chain nose pliers. At the end, again put it onto the ring mandrel and push it with the plastic part of your tool to correct the form. Pay attention, it's better that these two curved parts be placed at the middle of your finger and not somewhere at the middle of two fingers. If you make this wire ring and you have problems, please comment it below. And this is the last step to make it shiny. By putting it in lemon juice and salt, move it and completely, and for about 2 or 3 minutes, it's enough to be all shiny and clean. It's not a permanent solution, but the effect is fantastic, and you could do that every day a while to keep it clean. Just look at the shine and compare it with my other ring, and at last wash it with water and hand wash or dishwash liquid. Thanks for watching this video. Take care.